Okay, hi everybody. Welcome to another English class here on verbling.com. My name is Lisa and I'm one of the English teachers here at Verbling. And in this hour, we're going to be doing some reading and also some discussing. So we have a short article. It's actually an article about how to get the job you want, what are hiring managers looking for. So if you are interested in learning this vocabulary, learning how to talk about this, or you want to practice talking about yourself and your job and maybe how you got the job you have right now, or if you're thinking about switching jobs or getting a new job, we could talk about also what you might do to help increase your chances of you getting that job. So if you have a reservation for this hour, you can go ahead and use your reservation now. If you don't have a reservation, that's okay. You can always join a class on Verbling. When you see the join class button, comes up here at the top, it's a green button. It says join class, and you click on that, and that opens up a new window for you, and that's the Google Hangouts. So you do need to be a member of Verbling in order to join a class so that you can participate, read out loud, talk with me, participate by doing all the things that we're going to do in this hour. If you aren't yet a member of Verbling, you can try it out for free. They offer a 7-day trial, and it's free. So all you have to do is sign up, and then you can start taking classes and testing the service to see if you're going to use Verbling. It's a really great website. You might know a little bit about it already if you've been checking it out, seeing how it works. The way it works is we have a lot of teachers, English teachers and Spanish teachers, and us, the teachers, we offer classes every hour on the hour. So, for example, right now, I live in Washington State in the United States. It's 10 a.m. for me, and I'm having a class now, and I have a couple of other classes also later today. So you get to come on Verbling, and anytime you want, there's going to be some classes happening in English and also most of the time in Spanish as well. So hi guys, welcome to class. Hi Fernando, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing very well. So Fernando, in this picture here, this is your profile picture?
Yeah.
Which one is you?
The small,
This the guy on the left.
yeah,
Okay.
with the black shirt.
With the black shirt. Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
And it looks like you are maybe at a car race or something like that?
Yes, it's a track close my house. It's
Oh, wow.
maybe 1 hour from my house.
Okay, cool. And where do you live?
I live in Fairfax, Virginia.
In Fairfax, Virginia. Okay. What are you doing in Fairfax, Virginia?
Okay, I came here to learn English,
Uh-huh. Awesome.
and I will try to get into the college the
Uh-huh.
next year
Cool.
here.
In Virginia. Okay.
Yes, I'm from Colombia.
You're from Colombia. Okay,
Yes.
great. Wonderful. And are you living with some friends or a family or
I live in with my cousins.
your cousins? Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
And are they from here? Did they grow up here in the United States?
I live with my cousin Lorena, and he married with Jonathan.
Oh, okay. She's married. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, nice. And how do you like Virginia?
Uh, I'm not visiting all the things here, but it's a great city. It's big.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome. It's
How long have you been there?
I have been here for 3 months.
3 months. Okay, great.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, so you haven't yet experienced the snow, but
No.
but you probably will in the future.
Maybe, but I have to come back to Colombia
Oh,
in 1 month to
oh,
change
okay.
my visa is my status visa
I
because
see.
I have tourist visa and I need the student visa.
Student visa. Yes,
Yeah.
okay, I see. Oh, okay. All right. Well, great. I'm glad to have you. And hi, Alex. How are you today?
Hello, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing well. Good. So, what I have proposed for you guys today is I have this article that I found online, and just so you guys know, Alex knows this already, but here at Verbling, teachers, we try to find interesting articles, interesting things to do that will help you improve your English. So, what I like to do, one of the things I like to do is find interesting articles online at different websites, different topics. So today is kind of like a business related or job related topic. So in terms of learning English, it's about, we're going to be reading this short article about what hiring managers like to see when they are interviewing people. So this, of course, is good for anybody who is interested in someday getting a job or maybe getting a different job or a new job. And we're kind of getting what we call the behind the scenes look. So when you're in an interview, you have the interviewer, the person interviewing you, and then you're the person trying to get a job. So we're getting the behind the scenes. What are the interviewers looking for? What do they like to see, and what makes them hire some people over other people? So that's what we're going to do. And this is, I'm just showing you this because this is the website where I got this. And I'm going to change to the document, which is what I put up, also the link for you guys in the Verbling chat. And I like to put it in the document so I can make it bigger and we can read along on the screen. And then I like to point out words, so vocabulary words, and go over these things so that you guys can really understand the language and pick up some new ways of saying things. Okay, so we'll get started. There might be some other people joining us. Sometimes Fridays aren't as busy on Verbling as other days are. It's the last day of the week for most people. Okay, so here we go. 6 hiring managers spill their secrets. What one job candidate did that really wowed the interviewer. All right, Alex, do you understand this use of the word spill here? They spill their secrets. What do you think that means?
Spill is like they show to the people their secrets.
Yeah, they show, or in this case, maybe they tell their
Mm,
secrets. Yeah, they're going to tell. They're
mm,
going
There
to
is a,
tell us everything.
there is a, there is
Yeah.
a phrasal verb to that we could use here, but I don't remember phrasal verb. But I know there is one.
For
It's
to spill.
when it's, for example, a magician.
Mm-hmm.
When he does his tricks,
Yeah.
he makes his tricks, and
Yeah.
one day he decides to displace Albert his tricks to the people. I don't remember.
Well,
How is it?
let me think.
It's like discover to the people, like
Yeah, show them. Well, yeah, I'm trying to think. So I would say things like he could uncover his trick, or tell them everything about the trick, or. But I'm trying to think of a phrasal verb.
mm,
Um,
I
yeah.
don't remember.
Well, I can maybe think about it while you guys are reading. I'll look it up. But yeah, there's lots of ways.
Give out.
Give up. Yeah,
Uh,
give out his secret. Yeah, that maybe.
Give out,
Or
give
to
out.
give away his secret.
Maybe give
Yeah.
away.
give away is that's good.
Alright.
That's right. That's a phrasal verb, to give away. And so
Yes.
it's, yeah, if you give away your secrets to people, you're telling them your secrets. You're letting them know how it works. That's good.
Yes.
Give out is a little bit different. It's more like give out, like it's more literal. Like if you're let's say you're working at a marathon race
Yes.
and you are giving out drinks to people as they pass by or something like that. You're giving them something to drink, like water or some sports drink or something maybe, as they're coming by. So you're giving out stuff to other people. But giving away, that's the one that you're thinking of, to give away somebody's secrets. Yeah.
Mm.
Look who's here, Miguel. Hi, Miguel.
Hello, Lisa. Nice to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you.
A lot of time don't join your class.
Yeah, it's been a while. Miguel, where are you? Are you in Spain or England?
No, in Spain now.
Oh, okay. Back in Spain. All right.
Yeah.
Great. So we're just getting started, Miguel. We're just talking about this use of the word spill here in the title. 6 hiring managers spill their secrets, and Alex, we found a phrasal verb that he learned also, to give away their secrets. So it just means to tell. So we're going to read, this is what we're going to read. We're going to read 6 different people, and they're listed here, like first and then what they said. And they're telling us what they really like when they're interviewing people, what they like to see, and what has made them want to hire somebody. So I'm going to read a little bit, and then we'll go over these words. We asked 6 people who hire people what wins them over. Lots to learn here. So Eric Bowitz is the senior resume expert at Resume Genius. Here in the U.S., we use resume instead of a CV. We know CV, but it's more popular to just give somebody a resume. We ask most applicants, so this is him talking now, this guy Eric. So it's in quotes. We ask most applicants if they've checked out our core business site, and about 60% reply they have. However, our most recent hire really wowed us by not only claiming to have reviewed our home page, but also our 70-plus resource pages and entire blog. We quizzed him on some old posts, and sure enough, he recalled what they were about and who wrote them. Okay, Alex, why don't you go ahead and read all that for us first?
We asked 6 people who hire people what wins them over. Lots to learn here. Eric Wovitz, senior resume expert at Resume Genius. We asked most applicants if they've checked out our core business site, and about 60% reply they have. However, our most recent hire really wowed wowed us.
Wowed
Wow.
us.
Wowed us. Why not only claiming to have reviewed our homepage, but also our 70-plus resource pages and the entire blog. We kissed him on some old posts, and sure enough, he recalled what they were about and who wrote them.
Good. Okay, so a couple of things I like to do with the reading is to use it, to study some new words, to learn some new things, and I also like to point out some pronunciation things whenever I hear them. Also, I like to point out a lot of times prepositions and the ed ending. So you really got this one right. And sometimes it's hard to know. That's why I like to read first, so at least you hear me saying it, and then maybe you'll remember. But so we know that ed endings have different sounds. So Alex, you said this one correctly. That was great. But I just wanted to point it out for everybody, because it does make a difference when an English speaker is listening to you speak. If you just said we ask or we asked, or something, it would sound weird. So we asked, and so this definitely has a T sound at the end of it. We asked 6 people. All right, so just pointing that out. I'll point it out here too. You got them all right, though. I just like to point them out. So to hire people. See, these are the people who hire other people. Do you guys know the word hire? What does it mean to hire somebody?
To give someone a job.
Exactly, yeah. If I'm going to hire you, I'm going to give you a job. So you're going to work for me or for my company. All right, so these are the people who do the interviews, and they're going to tell us what wins them over. So what does it mean to win somebody over?
The people who they prefer or... Yes, over the other people.
Exactly. Yeah, if I'm trying to win you over, I'm going to try to impress you, to try to show you that I'm really a good candidate, that I will be a good worker. And so these are the things that people have done that they did to win these interviewers over. So to get them to hire you, that's what it means. So it can go from both perspectives. So she won me over by bringing me chocolates. That means I was impressed. I hired her because she brought me chocolates, or I liked her because she brought me chocolates. It doesn't just mean in terms of hiring. It could be like, if you're a guy and you're trying to impress a girl, you're trying to win her over. You might do things to be very kind to her, to impress her, to be very sweet, that type of thing. So you want to win her over like as a friend or a girlfriend, but in this case you're trying to win the interviewer over so that they hire you, they give you the job. All right, so and then this pronunciation of this word is resume. It's actually a French word, and sometimes in English we will add the accent and sometimes not, because we don't have accents in English, but sometimes if people really know how to spell the word correctly in the language that it comes from, they might add it, but not necessarily. So there is the word resume, that is a word as well, but in this context it's resume. So the resume is where you list like your job experience, your education, things that are an interviewer would want to know. Okay, all right, so most applicants, those are the people who apply for the job. So we ask most applicants if they've checked out. So again, this is that ED, checked. So this one has the T sound as well. To check out our core business site. Miguel, what does it mean to check out a business site or to check out something?
Check out is a comproration, the CV, the resume, is, or to compare with all people are applying for a job, no?
Well, I'm going to tell you an easier way to explain it. So it's like we ask most applicants, so most people, we ask them if they have looked. So another way to say check out, it just means to look, if they've looked at our business site, our core business site. So to check out something or to check something out just means to look at it. So if I say, Miguel, have you checked out my new website? I'm asking you, have you seen my new website? Have you looked at it yet? So that's what it means to check out something or to check something out. So it's a phrasal verb, and we use it. You can put the thing that you're checking out either before the out or after. So you could say, oh, did you check out Alex's new car? Did you go see it? Did you look at it? Did you check out Fernando's new puppy? Like, have you seen it? Did you look at it? Something like that. And the core business site is like the main business site. So large corporations, they have maybe lots of different pages on their website, but there's usually the core or like the most important part of their site. So about 60% reply. That means they answer that they have. So yes, 60% of the applicants have checked out the website. But one guy, a recent hire, so they did end up hiring him. This word here is used as a noun. So a recent hire is somebody who got hired recently, and he wowed us. So this ed ending is more like a D sound. Instead of the T, you don't say wowed us. He wowed us. It means he impressed us. We liked what he was telling us. He wowed, like, wow, that's amazing. I can't believe you did that. Claiming, okay, so he not only was claiming to have reviewed, so I'm just pointing out this structure. So he impressed us by not only claiming to have reviewed, so again, this is a D sound, reviewed, our homepage, but also the other pages. So like more than 70 pages he read, including the entire blog. So the whole blog, all the pages of the blog. And then we quizzed him. So again, quizzed, just pointing out the ED for you guys here, quizzed him on some old posts, and sure enough, he recalled. So in this paragraph, we have words that end with ed that have the T checked, and also just the more D sound. Recalled, quizzed, reviewed, wowed. Okay, so they really liked that. They were really impressed that he had really checked out their website very thoroughly. Okay, Alex, you have a question about apply? You can apply to or you can apply for. You can use both of those. So I'm going to apply to Harvard University. So like I'm going to apply to the university. I'll write it in the chat here. Or you can say I'm going to apply for a job at somewhere. Like I am going to apply for a new job at my local high school, something like that. Mm-hmm. So you're applying for some kind of like specific job or for a new opening, or I'm going to apply for the job of engineer. But when you apply to someplace, it's more used with I'm going to apply to 3 universities, or I'm going to apply to that company. But the for is used for like a specific job. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So again, yeah, prepositions are kind of tricky, so it's good to kind of have a lot of examples of where you would use them. Okay, this lady, Carol Cochran, is the director of HR, so that's a short for human resources.
Yeah.
Oops, spelled that wrong. Human resources. So human resources of a big corporation or pretty big size company or government agency. These are the people who hire you, fire you, pay you.
They are hiring managers, yeah?
Yeah, a hiring manager could be working for the HR department. So usually if you have a very large business, you have lots of different departments, and human resources is one department. Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Yeah. A small business does not have a human resources. They just have the owner or the manager does all the hiring. But if you have a very large business corporation like Google or somebody, they have lots of different departments, and then the director of a department is the head person, the main person. So she may or may not be actually hiring people. She might have other hiring managers or directors or something. It just really depends on how big your company is. Do you have 10 people, 200 people, or 20,000 people, or more? Okay. So she says, it's passion and a sincere understanding of our mission that really gets me. When someone interviews and they really speak our language, I know I've found the right person. Since our team is 100% virtual, we don't have the traditional geographic boundaries in our recruiting. We see a lot of fantastic talent and skill in our applicants, which makes the right cultural fit a big deciding factor. All right, lots of good words in here. So, Fernando, why don't you read this for us?
All right. Carl Codran.
Cochran. Yeah, the CH in this word, this name is like saying a K. Cochran.
Okay, Carol Cochran, Director of Human Resources for Flex Jobs. It's passion and a sincere understanding of our mission that really gets me. When someone interviews and they really speak our language, I know I've found the right person. Since our team is 100% virtual, we don't have the traditional geographic boundaries in our recruiting. We see a lot of fantastic talent and skill in our applicants, which make their right cultural fit a big deciding factor.
Good. Okay, so a couple things. Let's see, for vocabulary here, passion and a sincere understanding of our mission. So what do you, I know it's similar in Spanish for you guys, so I think you probably understand passion.
Yes.
Yeah, and sincere, I think it's similar. So, a real honest, truthful understanding of our mission. You probably understand that too. So a mission of a business is why they're in business. What is this company all about? And so some companies, especially nowadays, modern day companies, they're what we call mission driven. And so they really like their employees to support that mission and really want to work towards whatever it is, whatever their values are, whatever type of thing they're trying to do in the world with their services or with their products, that kind of thing. So that's the first sentence. She really likes people who have passion and they really understand the mission of the business. So that's another way to, I'm kind of paraphrasing, so I give you different ways to talk about it rather than just repeating the same exact words. One thing to pay attention to, which improves your speaking a lot, is to make sure you get the S's, that you pronounce the S's on the end of the verbs. So I noticed, Fernando, when you were speaking, you were putting the S's on the plural forms of words, like here, boundaries, that was great, applicants, that was great, but I didn't hear the S when you were doing the verbs. So when someone interviews, and then here, makes. So just paying attention to putting those S's on the verbs as well, not just the plural nouns. All right, so when somebody interviews, they speak our language. Miguel, what does it mean if she's saying the applicant or the person speaks our language? Do you understand that meaning there?
In this case, I suppose it's understand your language and your cultural.
Do you think she means language like we speak English or Spanish at our company, or is it more something a little bit different than that, like our language of our business, perhaps, our culture inside of our company?
Yes, I suppose it's more about the cultural speak in business, or I don't know.
Yeah, that's right.
It's maybe she's saying that our front to do the things in the business.
Yeah. So if let's just, I'll give you an example. For example, Fernando, in your picture, we talked about how you at a.
Sorry?
I'm just using your picture as an example. So I'm going to say, let's say somebody is very into race cars, right? And you know a lot about race cars, like the different types of cars, the different drivers, how fast people drive. And if I know that too, then we speak a common language. and so we can, we can get along, and we'll talk about race cars, for example. So that's what this means here is she wants to hire people that speak our language, that talk in the same way that we do in our company. So our company has a culture, and we talk about things in a certain way. And so she likes people who fit in. That means to fit in. All right. So if she finds somebody who does that, talks about the work in the same way, life in the same way, then she really knows that she's found the right person. All right. So she says our team is 100% virtual. Alex, what does it mean, virtual these days?
Uh, Virtual means, in this context, that people who is working for that company um, is working from their own houses, their own countries.
Right, exactly. So in this particular company, all of their people who work for them, their team, they're 100% virtual. So everybody on the team in the company works virtually, meaning on their computers. So online in a different country, like you said, cities, different areas. So they don't have the traditional geographic boundaries. So,
Like
usually,
Verbling.
like Verbling, exactly. All the people at work, all the teachers at Verbling work virtually. We work from our homes on our computers. We do, however, have a business office in the Bay Area near San Francisco in California. So that's where the programmers are, the office people who are creating the site, maintaining the site. They do work together in an office, but the teachers are all virtual. So that's right. So when you're recruiting, that means when you're trying to hire people, you recruit people to come work for you, you hire them. They're looking for people who speak the language. And so she says this is a really important sentence nowadays. She's saying, we see a lot of fantastic talent. So a lot of people who interview are great. They have a lot of talent and they have a lot of skill. They know what they're doing. But the thing that makes a big difference, which is the deciding factor, the thing that makes her decide who to hire, is the right cultural fit. Again, this doesn't mean like if you're from Spain or Colombia or Mexico or the United States. It means, do you fit into the company's culture? So, big names like Google, Facebook, Twitter, Microsoft, they all have a specific culture in their company. And if you make a good fit, then that person, this lady, would hire you. Because she sees a lot of really talented people. So the big part is, are you going to fit in? Are you going to be a good match for our company? Okay, so that's really important. This lady, Danielle Kunkel, VP. You guys know what VP is? Same in Spanish. Vice President, yes. All right, she says, we recently hired a woman who won us over. So again, we have that expression, to win somebody over. She won us over with her understanding of the importance of social media and web presence. Prior to her interview, she read through our website and sent comments to me about my blog, showing us that she was researching us before she got here. During the interview, she had pointed questions that demonstrated how much she had educated herself about the nature of our agency. After the interview, she began following our Facebook page. And more importantly, she commented on our posts and also shared them several times with her own friends, which, if you know anything about Facebook, helps them stay visible longer to other people. We were impressed, and she got the job. Okay, Miguel.
Yes, we recently hired a woman who won us over with her understanding of the importance of social media and web presence. Prior to her interview, she really thought our website and sent comments to me about my blog, showing us that she was researching us before she got here. During the interview, she had pointed questions that demonstrate how much she had educated herself about the nature of our agency. After the interview, she began following our Facebook page, and more importantly, she commented on our posts and also shared them several times with her own friends, which, if you know anything about Facebook, helps them stay visible longer to the other people. We were impressed and she got the job.
Okay, good. And hi, Anthony. Welcome. I see that you joined us.
Hi.
Hi. All right.
Thank
So
you.
what we're doing is we're reading some information that some hiring managers are giving about why they hire certain people. So it's about getting the job. How what do you do if you want to get the job? All right. So this one's kind of longer. So she's telling us that they recently hired a person who won them over. She says she won us over with her understanding of the importance of social media and web presence. Fernando, what does it mean, web presence, in this context? Do you understand that?
Web presence is like I understand that is of that 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 company need the website to share her job or her service or product
Services, yeah.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. So nowadays, a lot of businesses have a web presence, which just means they have a presence on the web, so on the internet. So they might have a blog, a Facebook page, a website, of course, anything that they have on the internet so that people can come and see what they are about. That's called their web presence. So this person, they hired her because she really understood how important social media is, and also being on the internet. So having your business be on the internet. All right, so prior just means before. Yeah? Somebody have a question?
Yeah.
Okay. Prior to her interview, so before, prior just means before. So before she came in for her interview, she had already done some what we call preparation. So she had prepared herself. She read their website, the business's website. She sent comments. So she was, sending some comments to her about the blog. She was researching us. So to research just means trying to find out information about the company. So that's really important. Some people already said that. They really like interviewee, the person who wants to get the job. It's really important to know about the company that you're trying to work for. What are they about? What do they do? And a good way is to research them on their internet sites, all the Facebook or Twitter or their blog or their website, whatever. So during the interview, so she's talking about a bunch of different things. So prior, she researched. During the interview, so while she was being interviewed, she had pointed questions. I wanted to point this out because pointed questions are like important or interesting or significant. They were meaningful questions, not just stupid questions. She had pointed, and again, if you're looking to hear the correct sound for the ED, pointed. So with a D sound there, that demonstrated, again, ED with the D sound, so that showed. Demonstrated means to show. So she showed that she had really educated, again, ED, educated herself about the nature of our agency, our business. what we do. So she really knew a lot about our business. And then after, so she, even after the interview, she began following our Facebook page. So you guys probably know that you can follow pages on Facebook of businesses and personalities and things like that. But even more importantly, so this is what even impressed them more, she started to comment. So she commented on posts. So this is really important on Facebook. If you put up a post and people comment on it, then more people will be able to see it. If you share it with other people, more people. This helps the business, get their word out to people. So she shared. So again, the D sound. Commented, shared. So a little bit different. Commented, shared them several times with their own friends, and this helps the posts, what the business wrote, stay visible. Stay visible means people can see it longer, and so they were impressed. And so this ED is more like a T sound. We were impressed, and she got the job. So these are the things that this person likes the person to know. Be really knowledgeable about the business that you want to work for. All right, this lady, Linda Zugek, I'm not sure, Zugek, she's a managing director at the Workforce Consultants. She says, one job applicant had researched the organization, was aware of what was happening within the business, and knew exactly what was required. The applicant prepared a report listing the actions that could be taken to increase efficiencies and competitiveness in the marketplace. We thought this demonstrated strong leadership skills and a real drive to succeed. Okay, Anthony, why don't you read that for us?
One job applicant had researched the organization, was aware of what was happening within the business, and knew exactly what was required. The applicant prepared a report listing the actions that could be taken to increase efficiencies and competitiveness in the marketplace. We thought this demonstrated strong leadership skills and a real drive to succeed.
Good. All right, so again, the word applicant here means the person who applied to get a job or for a job. And so again, this person had researched. So the pronunciation for researched is with like a T. Researched the organization, and she was aware of. So she knew about what was happening within. So I'm pointing this out as this is the preposition, within the business. So what's going on actually inside of the business? Every business has things happening inside, and so she was aware of what was happening or what was going on inside of the business, within the business, and she knew exactly what was required. So here's the D sound, required. And so she prepared a report listing of the actions that could be taken. So a listing is just she made a report that listed, or she wrote out like 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the 5 things your business should do, the actions that you could take or that could be taken to increase efficiencies. Efficiencies means how well things get done. Is your business efficient or is it not very efficient? So if an applicant actually can see how your business can improve and actually be more competitive, so increase the efficiencies and competitiveness, that's better, for your job, because your business, that is, will have a better chance to succeed in the marketplace, so in competition with other businesses. So we thought, she says, we thought, past tense of to think, we thought this demonstrated, so just pointing out that, strong leadership skills and a real drive to succeed. Alex, what do you think a real drive to succeed means?
Sorry, drive to succeed.
If you have a drive to do something, what does that mean? If you have a real drive to do something,
Maybe you have the motivation. the interest to reach a
Exactly.
goal.
To reach a goal, exactly. So this word drive, of course, you know what it means to drive a car, something like that. But in this case, if you have a real drive, that's you have a real intention, a real desire, a real enthusiasm, to do something. So in this case, it's to succeed, to be successful, to get the job, and to do a good job. You could have a real drive to. So Alex, I know that you did the what do you call it? Aggressive
Mm.
rollerblading? Yeah.
Yes, yes,
So
yeah.
so you could say that at one point you had a real drive to learn all the tricks, or to learn some special tricks. So
Mm.
you had a drive to achieve, a certain amount of skill in that sport, for example. So, yeah, it's whenever you want to do something, you have a strong drive to do it if you really want to do it.
Mhm.
All right, so here's Grace, a lot of women here. Grace Lanuza, founder and CEO, Chief Executive Officer of Grace Lanuza Consulting. All right, she says one applicant came prepared with very detailed research about the company, not just the clients, but also the culture, which was very important in that particular role we were hiring for. Another applicant saw on Twitter that I was attending a career fair after we had a preliminary phone interview, and he made a point to come to our booth and meet me personally. This really put a personal touch in an otherwise remote interview process. One applicant quoted a blog post that I had published, and it was relevant to the interview. So a couple of different things going on there. Alex, you can read that for us.
Mhm. One applicant came prepared with very detailed research about the company, not just the clients but also the culture, which was very important in that particular role we were hiring for. Another applicant saw on Twitter that I was attending a career fair after we had a preliminary phone interview, and he made a point to come to our booth and meet me personally. This really put a personal touch in an otherwise remote interview process.
Process. Uh-huh.
process. One applicant quoted a blog post that I had published, and it was relevant to the interview.
Okay, so again, applicant, the person applying for a job, came prepared. So again, that's just the D sound, prepared, with very detailed. So here, for the pronunciation, Alex, it's detailed.
Detailed.
Exactly, detailed. And again, that's the D, like the D, or put it in the same one. Okay, research about the company. So lots of details. This applicant knew a lot of things about the company, not just the client. So your client is the person that you work for. So companies have clients, for example, and that's important to know about the clients as well. But this particular person, he or she, also knew about the culture. And again, we're talking about the culture of the company. How does the company represent itself to clients? Do you have a culture of, is it relaxed? Do people wear jeans, or is it very business oriented? You wear suits and you dress up and you talk a certain way. That's like the culture of your company. So that was a very important thing for that particular role. So that specific job that they were hiring for. So some jobs, if you're hiring a technician or an engineer, that's maybe a different personality than the person who greets people at your company, like a receptionist or a secretary. So you have to figure out what is really important for each role that you're hiring for. Okay, another applicant, so a different person, saw on Twitter, looking at the Twitter account, saw that she was attending a career fair. So here in the U.S. we have fairs. They're like conventions and things. And so in this case, a career fair is where businesses go and they're looking to hire people. So people who want to come and have an interview, they might come and introduce themselves. And businesses have what we call booths. So they set up a booth there with information about their company and what kinds of jobs they're looking to fill and how you could work for them and that kind of stuff. So maybe you've heard of that also in your country, career fairs. And so this person came there after they had had a preliminary, so like kind of like a basic beginning interview, not a whole long interview, but just a short preliminary phone interview to see if you go to the next level of the interview. And so he made a point to come to the booth. So what does it mean to make a point of something or a point to do something? Anybody know what that means? If I make a point to do this or that.
A date?
Yeah, actually it just really emphasizes that he made sure that he came there. So it was a decision. So he made a point. Yeah. So I'm making a point to go see you because I want to make a good impression on you. So I'm making a decision that I'm really going to do this. So I'm going to make a point to come to your booth and introduce myself and meet you personally or in person. So that was really like a personal touch. In an otherwise remote interview process. Remote means like virtual, far away. So maybe they just were talking on the phone. They didn't really see each other's faces. They don't really know anything about each other. But this puts a personal touch into the process. So, and she liked that. And then another thing that she liked was when somebody quoted a blog post. So when you quote something, it means like, oh, I read on your blog that you said da 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 da, and you say what she said. That was relevant to that particular interview. It showed that they really knew what they were talking about. All right, so this last guy, we have a few more minutes left, and then I want to hear about your guys' experience with interviews too. This is a little bit longer one. I can tell you the number one thing a job interviewer has done, and they have all won jobs with me. Make me an offer. I have had multiple people take the initiative and offer me a deal. Something like, how about I come in on Monday and work for a day to show you what I can do, and then we see if you want me to take the job. It has taken multiple forms over the years, from guys offering to work on a construction site, to people offering to intern, to financial analysts offering to work for a week for free to demonstrate their ability, to salespeople offering to come in and train one day and do sales activities the next to prove they can sell. Every person that has asserted themselves and shown the willingness to prove themselves has gotten hired by me. Ironically, all of the people were paid for their volunteer to prove it days. It is the willingness to try and confidence to make the offer that wins them the job. All right, that's different. Okay, Fernando.
Yes.
You can read all that.
Right. I can tell you the number of one thing a job interviewer has done. And they have all won jobs with me, made me an offers. I have had multiple people take the initiative. How do you say that word?
You said it right, initiative.
Initiative and offer me a deal. Something like, how about I come in on Monday and work for a day to show you what I can do, and then we see if you want me to take the job. It was taken multiple forms over the years, from guys offering to work on a construction site, to people offering to intern, to financial analysts offering to work for a week for free to demonstrate their ability, to salespeople offering to come in and train one day and do sales activities the next to prove they can sell. Every person that was asserted themselves and shown the willingness to prove themselves has gotten hired by me. Ironically, all of the people were paid for the volunteer to prove it days. It is the willingness to try and confidence to make the offer that wins them the job.
Good. All right. So this guy basically likes that people show initiative. So when you show initiative, it means you are ready to do something, rather than just sitting back like, okay, well, let me know if I get the job. That's just waiting for somebody else to do something that's passive. And so taking the initiative is when you actually do something. You take action. And so lots of people, multiple means many, many people, have taken the initiative to offer him a deal. Let's make a deal. A deal is like, I'll do this if you do that, this kind of thing. So let me come in and I'll show you what I can do. That's like a deal. So it's come in lots of different forms, different ways over the years. So he gave some examples, different people offering. Like if I offer, it means I'm willing to do it. So hey, how about I come and I work for you and I show you what I can do. You don't even have to pay me. That's an offer. That's making a deal. And so he likes it that they are willing to offer to work to demonstrate their ability, to show what they can do, what they are capable of doing. Here, a salesperson might offer to come in and train, so to get training, to get educated about their process, and then do some kind of sales activities the next day to prove, to show that they can actually sell. Like here, hire me. You don't have to hire me yet. Let me prove it to you that I know what I'm doing and I will be good for your business. So that really shows how a person has asserted themselves. To assert yourself means to like show up and say, look, I'll do this. Just give me a chance, that kind of thing. And it's ironic. Ironically means like you thought one thing would happen, but then another thing happened. So it's kind of ironic that they volunteered, but that they were actually paid. So even though they took the initiative and said, hey, I will volunteer. You don't have to pay me. Let me just show you what I can do. In fact, they actually got paid. Here in the United States, you can't volunteer for a company. A company has to pay you for work. You can volunteer for like a nonprofit organization. Anyways, he likes that they have confidence. They feel confident to make this offer, and that wins them, the applicants, the job. That gets them the job. Okay, so those are some ideas, kind of similar. It's really important to know about the business, be confident, show them what you know how to do, and that you will fit in with their culture. So does anybody have any recent experience? Anthony, you are working. How long have you been working at your current job?
I've been working in my current job during last 2 years.
Uh-huh. And did you have to go through an interview process to get your job?
Yes, and was really hard because our hiring culture is really tough.
Yeah.
I had to pass around 13 interviews with
Oh
different
my
people.
gosh.
Yeah,
That's a
with
lot.
different tests. Yeah, it was really tough, and I was really confused. But
Wow.
now I'm really happy to stay there, and I really appreciate it. And was a good reason to how I can say, to congratulate myself.
Yes, yeah, that's for sure. Yes, that's true. Here in the U.S., some jobs you just, you go for one interview and then you hear if you get the job or not. But some corporations, especially some specific businesses, they have a very long hiring process, and you have to do many things to convince them that you are a good fit for the company.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
it's the same.
wow.
Here, the person who create this process is
Yeah.
the who put the same concept in Google, the same
Oh, okay.
consultant.
I
And
see.
the methodology is similar,
I see.
not in a high level, but similar.
Yeah. Alex, if you could take something away from this article, Alex, what do you think is the most important thing for you to know about if you want to get a job as an applicant? What should you do according to these people?
what advice I would take
Yeah,
from this article.
exactly.
Well, there are a lot of tips, useful tips
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
For example, the last one, I like the last one
Mm,
to offer to the company or to the institution to work free for 1, 2, or 1 week to show
mhm.
them your abilities. It's
Yeah,
yeah, it's a good way to get the job.
yeah. Okay. All right,
Mm.
guys. Well, hopefully in the future, if you need to get a job and you have to have an interview, maybe you'll remember some of these things. Maybe you already knew these things.
True.
But now you know them in English. Okay. All right. Thanks for coming to class, guys. It's time for us to finish up. So I'll say goodbye and
Thank you,
maybe
teacher.
I'll see you later. Thank you.
Thank you
Take
too.
care.
Okay.
Have a
See you,
good
Thank you.
weekend.
Lisa.
Bye
Bye
bye.
Bye,
bye.
Bye
Miguel.
guys.
Bye, Fernando.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.